Hello everyone, I'm Amna Bakar, a BCM student at UOWT, and today I have an amazing friend with me, Iman. First of all, thank you so much for joining me for this interview today. Could you briefly introduce yourself and where you're from?
Hi Amna, I'm Iman Abu Kran. I'm Tunisian Palestinian, so my mom is fully Tunisian and my dad is Palestinian German. And I'm here to tell you about my culture.
Wow, I love your diverse background. That just means I have a lot more to learn from you. Being a foodie myself, I cannot not ask about your food. Tunisian cuisine is known to be a feast for the senses. What's a dish that takes you back to your roots?
My favorite dish, I think, is salata mashwiya, which is grilled salad, which is, it's just grilled vegetables. Mainly it's peppers. So it's very, very spicy. You just eat it with bread like a sauce, and there's also tuna and olives and some additional stuff.
With zero spice tolerance, I am kind of excited to try that someday. Coming to weddings and marriages in Tunisia. With both the Arab and Berber culture, how's weddings in Tunisia?
Weddings are also a very, very big deal in Tunisia. It's a stereotype, but it's very true. The Tunisians love to party. So the original traditional Tunisian wedding goes on for, I think, 14 or 20 days.
Wow.
And every day's a party. Nowadays, they shortened it. Nowadays, it's 5 days.
Okay.
So it is a process.
That sounds like so much fun. So what are some popular forms of entertainment such as music, dance, or sports in Tunisia?
One big thing is dance. Belly dancing is very popular in Tunisia. I guess sports. Football is pretty popular. The guys are very interested in the Tunisian football team.
What about movies? When it comes to movies, do you see representation for Tunisia? Or if not, how do you want to change that?
I feel like within Tunisia, there isn't a very big film industry. Then maybe in the Western media, I don't feel like there's much of any representation of Tunisia, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, so if I were to come to Tunisia as a tourist, what are some places that you would suggest that I visit?
Okay, so the first place you should go to is Sidi Bou Said, which is a beautiful area in the capital of Tunis. It's over the ocean and the buildings there are beautiful. It's very inspired by Greek architecture. So it's white and blue buildings and the water is magnificent.
Oh yes, Tunisia is famous for their wonderful beaches and the sea.
Yes.
Could you quickly share a fun fact about Tunisia?
Tunisia was the first and I think the only Arab country to host a Michael Jackson concert.
Damn, that's a privilege.
Right?
So growing up here and compared to your country back home, what do we say is the cultural difference and in terms of development and economy? Tunisia
is very, very different. First of all, it's not as economically or politically stable as the UAE, fortunately, is. At the same time, when it comes to culture and the way people interact, I feel like Tunisia is a lot more westernized or Europeanized.
Just out of curiosity, what is the traditional clothes of Tunisia?
In Tunisia, I think this is the same in India, where it's very popular to kind of combine traditional and modern clothing, especially in weddings and these kind of things where there's this fusion of traditional and modern, The most popular thing is the sefsari, which is like a head covering and a dress. I think that's most traditional that it gets.
Okay, so now looking into the family dynamic, how would you explain the role of family and community in your country?
Something that's in common with a lot of Arabic countries and also in Tunis is that oftentimes you have a very big family and you don't just stay in touch with your mom and your dad and your brothers and sisters. You also stay in touch with your extended cousins and your cousins' cousins and everything.
So lastly, before we wrap up, if you were to describe Tunisians in 3 words, what would they be?
Loud, party people, and nationalistic.
I love the honesty. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me and sharing all these fascinating facts about your culture. It was so great having you here. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.